Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, happy Sunday to you all. Hopefully you're enjoying your weekends, or if you're watching this at any other point in the week, hopefully having a great day nonetheless. We are back with the guys from Dragонpony. Of course, we checked out their debut title track, titled Pop Up, yesterday, and it was, well, long story short, it was fantastic. And, well, I mentioned that I liked it so much, we had to go and check out the rest of the album. So here we are, we're going to check out the rest of the album. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there are four B-sides to check out, all of which has live performance clips that Dragonpony themselves have posted onto their YouTube over the course of the past, 6 months or so. They've been posting the live clips for the B-sides leading up to their debut, which happened a couple days ago. And that is very exciting indeed, because that means we have stuff to watch as well as music to enjoy. So let's dive into the album real quick and have a lot of fun with it. So here we go. So if you're new around here or have never been around with me for an album listen, what I usually do is before every single song, I'll have the credits pulled up on my second screen over in that direction there, and I will read off who's in charge of production and arrangement and composition and stuff like that, because I want to give credit where credit is due to the people working behind the scenes with the music. But I have noticed that, well, Dragonpony, they're a self-produced group kind of across the board, except for on lyrics you get Yu-Gi-Oh on the title track Pop Up and Pity Punk, the final track on the album. But still, that's very cool. And a lot of K-bands, I think, it's the ones that I've checked out, is in some capacity self-produced. But the fact that this entire album is kind of entirely self-produced, fully self-produced, is very cool to me. So shout out them one time. But of course, we have to get moving on with the rest of the album. So, track number 1 is the title track, Pop Up. We've already spent a long time on it. We won't listen to it today, but let me read off the credits very quickly. So, lyrics by Dragonpony and Yu-Gi-Oh! Composition and arrangement by Dragonpony, which moves us to the first of the new B-sides, Morse Code. Lyrics, composition, and arrangement across the board done by the members. Hold on, give me a second. There we go. Now that's fixed. Let's try again. Got a little bit of an anthem-y vibe to it. A little bit loud. It is slower BPM wise than Pop Up, but there's kind of an underlying paciness to it. Yeah, it definitely has a little bit of a slowerness to it. What is happening with my recording setup today? So already, some commonalities between this and the title track. It looks like, I've got the members pulled up on the side. Sehyuk on second guitar. His guitar playing very much kind of turns into a guitar taking up the vocal melodic top line in a way. He'll play the main melody when there's no vocal. I think that's really neat. Yeah, even on a slower song, there is still a sense of pace to it. Because once the release comes around, there's a very firm definition of what the beat is supposed to be. And I think this part really shows it off super well, but that melodic guitar line that gets added when there's no vocal almost has a singing quality to it with the way there's like little trail offs and lilts and stuff. Yeah, hell yeah. No, that was terrific. I'm kind of glad that it's a little bit of a slower song after Pop-Up, because Pop-Up was quite an intense song in terms of speed and stuff, but Morse Code, it's got a nice kind of firm walking pace to it that's not overwhelmingly fast, but it's also not sluggishly slow either. Tone-wise, it's got a nice firmness to it, but much like what Pop-Up was like, it fluctuates through the motions, through all the little volume changes and phase changes so well, and it's so smooth too. It's, for me, a lot more straightforward to listen to than Pop-Up. Like, Pop-Up really isn't that much of a complicated song, but Morse Code is really not a complicated song to follow. You just have to press play and let it run. And it's so nice to listen to, because you don't need to think too hard to enjoy it. Just let the song do its thing, and you just gotta sit there and be like, hell yeah, this song bangs. I like it. We're off to a terrific start, by the way. Yeah, what is going on with this album today? I don't know what's going on with the recordings, but it looks like my keyboard just does not want to work a lot of times. So apologies if there's any more further technical difficulties, but we can't let it get us down too much because we have to move on. Track number 3, the English title, Ouroboros. Ouroboros? I always forget how you're supposed to pronounce it, but go. Again, lyrics, composition, and arrangement across the board by the members.
One, two, three, four.
We got pace, we got speed. Oh, we got some movement from... Who's my guy on bass? Sung-hyun? But again, the whole, like, you know, dropping the song and then raising it back up again, they really get what they're doing. Like, they make it very clear when the song is gonna go through a little bit of like an ebb and flow. I said yesterday that I have a sneaking suspicion Sung-hyun on bass here could have a lot of fun with, like, whether it's the old Iron Maiden, like, running bass part or whatnot. He's got a certain flair on the bass part that, like, pace and swag isn't gonna get him down in any way. He's really feeling it. Oh, double take the riser, okay. And fake it out. Okay, so we're really gonna letting the song go places. Up the volume a little bit. Love a little bit of chaos. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is an underrated camera angle, by the way. On top of like the head of the guitar, like that, facing down towards the fingerboard or the fretboard. I love how throaty that low end is. Throaty, that's the wrong word for it. That song has a lot of low end to it, and it's not afraid of using any of that low end. That's really cool. I think that Ouroboros definitely is a song that's more focused on the lower end. You know, whether it's Seihyuk on guitar kind of chugging along in the lower end of his range, or Mr. Sunghyun getting his kind of chance to pop off on bass, or Ganghun on drum, getting just like he's practically dancing on the kick drum back there. But I like that we've definitely got a wide spread on display here. It's not just, fast, bright, high energy stuff like Pop Up was. We're getting songs that are a little bit slower, like in Morse Code. We're getting a song like Ouroboros that is just straight flames in terms of speed. Like, this is fast. And yet, it's the exact same thing of, this is 3 for 3 now when it comes to Dragонpony songs, where as the song progresses, they've got like the big dramatic dropouts in the pre-choruses where you really have kind of like get locked into the song because the volume changes so drastically. It just drops out and then slowly builds back up again, boom, huge release. We run through that cycle once again, drop it down for the pre-chorus, and then you build up that big dramatic effect. And the second time around, they switch up the formula a little bit. Exactly the same formula like in Pop Up, but sonically the song is so different. And I like that we're getting songs with varying instrumental structures. Like, we didn't get, who's my guy? Taegyu? He didn't have a guitar in this, or at least not in the live clip version of it. Maybe in the recordings there's 2 guitars. I wasn't paying attention close enough for that, but we're getting a little bit of changing in the song structure in terms of like what member is getting a little chance to show off. Maybe like the instrumental structure in the song is definitely different. And for a debut project, you want to show off as much of your kind of toolbox as you can, right? You want to, make yourself known to the world in as best of a way as you can and cover every base that you can. 3 for 3, 3 very different songs, 3 very different sound signatures to them. I'd say that's doing a terrific job of that. Continue track number 4, Traffic Jam. All composition credits to the members. Oh, Seihyuk dropping the SG for Strat. Now, is this going to be anthemy or is it going to be ballady?
정말 알 수 없지만 너에게로 가고 있어. Don't know what to do. Don't know what to do.
Cool octave stacking.
Don't know what to do. Don't know what to do when I'm like this.
Oh, the very subtle bump up there.
빨간 불빛만 반복되는 듯해. So don't you wanna save me? 계속 널 원하고 있었어. 벗어나질 못해 너를
Significant punch up. So in the volume department as well. It looks like Dragонpony on their like YouTube videos, their volume is higher than what other bands are using. It's firm. Oh, double time, hello. Because now we're starting to lean into anthem territory. Especially with a vocal line like that. Yeah, this is now peak anthem territory. What a seamless switch. Man, Taegyu's voice is just such a perfect fit for this group. Their tone, they're covering, again, a wide range of tones. Taegyu's voice, he's able to balance the grittiness that you want from like a rocker voice so well. Oh, yes. Yeah, Traffic Jam is kind of like, in terms of sensation wise, it's kind of similar to Extraordinary Heroes' Save Me, their open beta 6.3 song, in that it rides the line between ballad and anthem really well, and it's a slow evolution into prime anthem territory that's so satisfying to listen to. Because once you kind of reach the peak of the song, you feel all of that emotion behind it. And you don't just feel it because the music changes in a way where, you know, you get a little bit of a pacier drum part in the background from Mr. Ganghun. Or it's not because the song is getting louder, but it's also because the vocals gain that extra little emotiveness through the kind of roughness or the grittiness in the case of Mr. Taegyu here, and it is so extremely pleasing on the ears, especially as someone who grew up absolutely adoring the power ballad subgenre from the 1980s. Like, my rock like genre of choice is 1980s like glam metal and hair metal. I love groups like Def Leppard, Cinderella, Quiet Riot. I love glam metal so much. Just the heavy rock bite that you get and the kind of bright poppy melody, you combine those together and it's a match made in heaven. But one genre has always like been a standout for me from that time, and it kind of goes along with it, and it's the power ballad genre. It's so emotionally nice to listen to. When I'm kind of in a sappy mood, I love to listen to sappy ballads because I find it very healing. I find it very cathartic. Traffic Jam for me would not be out of place in that regard. And like, if I'm in that moment, yeah, it would not be out of place at all. And it is just so nice. And I'm extremely impressed at the range that they can cover, because they sound confident in doing all of it. Like, sometimes when you have a group that can do that really fast type music well, sometimes, especially on their debut project, sometimes their slower, more emotional stuff maybe doesn't hit as hard. But for me, they haven't wavered once in the 4 songs that we've gotten from them so far. And I think that just really goes to show the range of them too. Not just, you know, Taegyu and his vocals, but Sehyuk on second guitar. He can get a little aggressive. He can get a little melodic with it. He can also get a little pretty, a little bit softer, a little bit more emotive. Mr. Sunghyun on bass can absolutely go off on slap bass. Can also mellow it down when he needs to. Ganghun controls the song pacing so well. You can have a song that just absolutely goes off the rails quick, or he can just They settle the song down really, you know, hit home with it, and it's beyond impressive to me. But of course, we have one last song to go. This is track number 5, titled Pity Punk. Lyrics, composition, and arrangement across the board by the members, as well as Yuhiyo on lyrics, just like on the title track. How are we going to finish this album, guys? Okay, this one's significantly quieter than the other songs. It's also a song in 6/8. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are we gonna finish with 2 anthems? Oh, the late drummer introduction. I love that this is in 6/8, by the way. Like, I'll explain a little bit later, but the sensation you get from a 6/8 song is so nice and different. Yeah, we are getting 2 anthems back to back, 2 very different anthems back to back, but I quite like that the kind of longer held notes in the vocal part is lower on this song. Like, sure, you got your high notes in the middle of the chorus, but the song is comfortable sitting lower in the vocal department. Long transition into verse 2. Let me see if I can bump it up this way. Let's try 32. Hopefully, Antenna and Dragonpony can kind of balance the volume levels for next release. Oh, speed it up. And we're in 4. We are no longer in 6/8. When did we have a meter switch? And now we've got... Oh, wow. That transition into 4 was so smooth. And now we're just back straight gas. What? And the vocals are flying high again. Oh man, we went with the Beethoven finish there, didn't we? Okay, Pity Punk, for me, B-side of the album. It's so creative. It's so intuitive is the wrong word for it, but it's so captivating to listen to. And it's, honestly, might be the perfect album finisher for me. Because Here's the thing. I mention this pretty much with every single album we listen to, and that's because there is a kind of general pattern that you get when you listen to an album. You have to kind of think about every single album like a concert set list, so to speak, right? Because the album itself is meant to essentially tell a story or tell a musical journey in a way. An album isn't just a handful of songs that you just kind of throw in willy-nilly. There is some kind of purpose to the way the album is structured. And to finish an album, you either want to, kind of gracefully set the album back down on the ground, finish on a really nice, gentle, a nice finishing note, like a ballad or a fan song, for example. Or you finish with a really high energy banger, kind of treat the final song as like the encore of a concert, one last hurrah, go crazy, go party. What Pity Punk does is it takes both of those and combines them into one song. The first half, you get your kind of ballady, anthem-y type feel in 6/8, which is, I think, a really cool choice, because any song that's written in 3 or 6, bass 3 or bass 6, because you can't evenly... I need to phrase this very carefully, but in music theory, you can technically divide a measure of a beat or a measure count of 3 in half perfectly. It's called a dotted quarter note or a dotted eighth note, depending on what the meter is, what the bottom number of the time signature is in. But if we're looking at it from like a mathematical point of view, you can, without using remainders or fractions, you can't divide 3 in half, right? And 6 is just a product of 2 3s put together, and because of it, again, you can't divide 3 into half without any fractions or remainders. And in music, it's kind of a similar way. If a song is written in bass 3, it'll go 1 2 3 1 2 3, and every hit of that 3-beat cycle gets a little bit of a natural accent to it because it doesn't divide evenly, right? It doesn't go 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Like, that feels very smooth, very consistent. But when it comes to 3s, 1 2 3 1 2 3, it kind of just like almost rocks back and forth on itself. And to have an anthem in that nature is really not rare, but kind of a slept-on time signature for me, and creates a really cool effect, especially following an anthem that's written in 4 on the song prior. But then the song slowly morphs into a 4/4 kind of fast-paced banger, and it happens so gradually and so smoothly. In fact, I want to go back and try and figure out when that happens. So this is chorus 1, and we are still in 6/8. 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6. We could be in a fast 3 or a slow 6. Either way, we're still in bass 3. I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit. Dun, 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 dun. We are still in bass 3. Oh, so verse 2 already starts in 4. Oh, so that's why there's that super long hold. Oh, that's clever. Oh, that's very clever. But that meter switch does so much. Because while the first verse had that kind of nice back, side to side swing motion, we've got this now pretty consistent walking pace now that the song is in 4 again. It's nice and smooth, nice and evenly spread out. 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. BPM increase. And now it's no longer just a nice slow anthem in 6/8. We have a fast-paced chugging 4/4 beat banger. And now, Runaway Train. We are going now. And now that that second chorus is finally here, the song has, we don't have that runaway vibe anymore. It is faster, but it's in 4. We have now an anthemic high energy banger in 4. It's still the same song, still roughly the same melody. It's just the meters changed and the entire sensation of the song has changed. That is clever songwriting right there. Ooh. Sorry for the passionate, whatchamacallit, music theory lesson. I didn't intend for that to happen today, but honestly, very well worth it because it was terrific. And they are already very much on my radar, and probably will be for whenever we get new releases coming up, because that's really good. It's really good. They sound terrific. The range they've showed off on this debut project is spectacular. Musical quality is spectacular, and I am so looking forward to whatever they have in store coming up, because I reckon I'm going to really like it. Oh, I'm so impressed. I am so tremendously impressed. And, you know, this is their debut project. I think I sometimes have to remind myself of that. This is a debut project. This is a very high quality debut project. In fact, I mentioned this yesterday, but the last, I'm pretty sure, 3 debuting K-bands we've checked out, including Dragонpony, QWER, whose debut album, that pink one, is back there, and then Hi-Fi Unicorn, FNC's latest boy band. We have checked out 3 new K-bands in the course of the past year and a bit, to my knowledge. I may have missed a couple here and there, but the quality that these new K-bands have brought to the table has been ridiculously high. Like FNC with Hi-Fi Unicorn. FNC know how to do a K-band. You know, they have CN Blue, FT Island, and N Flying as company seniors. And that's just the K-band department. QWER kind of popped up out of nowhere. Their background is very different. Like, not all of them were even musicians before doing the whole QWER thing. They also had a terrific debut project. Dragonpony, I think, is no different. The quality that they've brought immediately from the get-go is so spectacularly high that I can't help but enjoy it. And yes, I'm biased. Yes, I love the K-band. I love rock music. I love checking out debutantes. That is, everything kind of worked in their favor. But even if I didn't do the whole YouTube thing, even if I didn't, you know, waffle to a camera in my room in my free time about music, I can confidently say I would have liked this. Congratulations, guys. This is spectacular. And I am definitely going to be showing this to some, showing whatever they have coming up to some of the mates. If any of you follow Burb or Ben on YouTube, expect him to watch pop up in the next few weeks or so. I'm gonna send it to him as a viewer request, so, because this group is gonna be a lot of fun to follow. But hopefully they don't take too long to make a comeback. But until then, I am gonna leave it off here. Thank you all for watching along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did, and Lord knows I enjoyed that one quite a bit. And one last request from me today: let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world, whether it be checking in with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, an ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.